Hey, we're just Roll here, and I'm giving you my review of Shokugeki Soma Food Wars, the third dish, episode 8, The Alchemist, and man, that this episode felt rushed to do the entire Shokugeki between Soma and Itsuya and Izan Senpai. No, Itsuya Senpai. And my god, man, that this felt completely rushed. It was like the whole, from the manga perspective, it took about two chapters to get through the Shokugeki entirely because there was a cliffhanger at some point during the Shokugeki where Soma revealed his secret ingredient. Finally using the dish, and then using it on the next chapter, it managed to give him the win. Spoiler, well, I should have gotten to that a little more later in this one, but everyone who read the manga and from this episode knew for a fact that Soma used this one ingredient, which I'll get to in a second. They gave him the win, but I won't put it aside the Shokugeki for a bit later, so I'll focus on stuff that happened mostly during the Shokugeki when, particularly two moments here, specifically in between Shokugeki, between Soma and Itsuya. One was the moment when all the poor soldiers students decided to fight back against Itsuya's demolition crew in order to actually the demolition crew in order to get the students out of the dormitory in order to destroy the dormitory entirely, just within 3 hours, or within the hour, as the students said, to get all the students out of there. But instead, they also find they all came in with riot shields, they all had helmets, a fire hose, some apparently smoke bombs. Apparently, I don't think smoke bombs were ever a thing in the manga. I do know there was riot shields and a fire hose, but no smoke bombs. Told the shot and smoke bombs were there, and Shun was doing it from the balcony from above, while everybody else was holding the front door. Everyone, they just hold the fort. It was like, hold the line, hold the fort. You shall not pass. Basically, it has some Lord of the Rings reference there, but it felt right to say, because seeing that shot of all the students, all dormitory students, trying to defend the door that happened, basically let them be the physical part, while Soma deals with the impossible task of the Shokugeki. And during in between that scuffle, there's a moment between with Hisako and Erina that showcased the fact that from Erina's side, how she called the dormitory students strange. She would like to do a flashback moment where it was like Yuki competing with delivered her a dish to Erina, basically the same dish she had before, but criticized so hard that she told her to redo the dish again, and this time gave her the same thing. Both turned to be the same thing, but completely different. almost the same, but in terms of the taste, it was different. She gave her her typical God tongue analysis. Instead of giving her the full answer. She goes to the kitchen, hearing all the other the other 5 students that were there, or should I say students, the dormitory residents, and find out that they were all talking about clashing each other's minds and how acting sort of doing dish. While she was completely being ignored the whole time, this was a acidity. Someone's like, uses acidity for this dish, and it's only like acidity. That could work, and then use that, and let's use that. Basically, conflicting minds between 5 heads or more. Conflicting ideas, but turns into one dish, into the most strangest of all answers. Surprise answer to a point where it was thinking, this is the moment. I won't put in some moment before. If this was the moment right here, I think some fans might agree, or at least how the manga interpreted it. I'm not exactly too sure, but I can guess this is the moment here that the dormitory students will have the distinction, even though that hasn't been fully said, but mostly felt stated and implied, that the dormitory residents are the only students in the entire Shokugeki Academy were able to defy the God tongue. They were the only students able to do that, managed to give her a dish that critiqued hard, but returned the same dish, but this one with a different twist on it, changing her perspective all over. She couldn't get her analysis at all for a quick second there. And that was the same way with Soma for the first time when she tried his dish. The first bite, she couldn't give her analysis, and for a minute she just felt so enamored with the taste that hold back for a second, and go for a second bite, which Soma teased her in the second episode. That moment right now focuses on the fact that along with Soma, the dorm residents are the few students ever in the entire school to defy the God tongue and change her perspective. That moment right there, during that whole flashback, during the scene when she had with Hisako, solidified that these students are the ones capable of trying to defy her to God tongue, or at least the few that are able to. and calling dormitory students strange in a way shows the fact that Eren has grown somewhat attached to to the residents. And that's the point where she doesn't actually officially move in with the dorm, but like she's basically kind of like a pseudo resident of the dormitory, like how Nikimi, the Aldini brothers, are basically considered the same way as them. They're not part of the dormitory, but since they hang out with them so much, you consider them pseudo residents of the dorm. It's only like a matter of time, so every member from like may move forward in the manga that all the Rebel Line students dorm with the Polo Store. It's only a matter of time that ever happens, but I'm thinking way far into the manga right now. But this is the episode, and my guy, after that moment here, I was gonna say this episode was highly an Alchemist, but I felt this episode had to be completely. This episode's title needed to be changed because my God, this episode just gave Izan and Tsuya the most biggest bitch slap moment of the entire show at this point of the series. By this point, because in the back of my mind, I was eating my dinner while watching this episode. There's a point where I'm like, okay, Tsuya's about to take his opponent's. He's a part of the Elite 10 for a reason. He's known for his management and the finances as cooking, but we never see him actually cook. And now's the episode that we finally get to see him cook. And it was the moment that we get to see. And we get to see the moment where he actually gets up the dish. He gives up to the judges. One by one, everyone, all four of them, simultaneously, of course, it's all straight up simultaneously, all guys just get their clothes ripped off. Knowing the fact this is a food made from the alchemist, and he got the nickname for a reason. He makes gold. And you know what alchemists do is they use some sort of science in order to create gold. And this is what Izan now. He uses cooking methods to create gold. Like make it rain with gold, and Itsuya delivered. And he said, I keep saying Izan and Itsuya, it's the same person. Itsuya Senpai delivered in the dish, but I felt the fact that even though Tai was the alchemist and solidified that he is this guy, this nickname he got the name for, dude. You can't help the fact that this moment right here just jobbed Itsuya so hard, and that's like such a disservice to like the one in the 10. Then again, he's seat number 9 for a reason though. If he wasn't able to he was more serious on his cooking, he probably would have easily gotten more higher seats, but he got number 9. So there's particular reason for he got number 9, which Brendo Senpai did ask that if he was more serious in his cooking, he would have been a other seat for a higher spot. But no, he said with 9 instead because he wants to focus more on the finances, not the actual cooking. But other than that moment, they're seeing someone deliver his dish, delivering the secret ingredient when he needs to win in order to get him the win here. To a 3-0 score, that job at Tsuya hard, or at least one half of the two that managed to do it. Until that part gets animated, at least you know my manga live actions, you know who I'm talking about here, managed to make Tsuya the jobber of the Elite 10. And as for the animation quality, there were some shots of full cameras, but mostly the definition on Itsuya's face. At some moments, it's like Blake one time was like telling someone in the beginning of the episode that the demolition he had like this devilish grin that felt kind of weird off. That definition to like some sort of 3D quality between his faces when he took a bite of both Soma's dish and actually realizing that he lost. It was a bit odd to see the channel definition, but then again for myself in the manga, it looked closely like that. Kind of like almost like a glistening animation effect that this guy it definited on the sweat and definited on his face. To a point where that was basically he was being embarrassed that he lost so hard like this. That was a bit off, but I felt to remember that that's the same way how the manga did it. But you were sort of the title, with an episode title like this, you were spending at least like a cliffhanger, I was thinking a stretch out Shokugeki for at least for 2 episodes to solidify why Izan is called, what Itsuya is called, the Alchemist, and the second episode would be the fallout, the final victor of the Shokugeki. But it felt like it was completely compacted in 1 episode. That we may have solidified this in the half of it, but the other half was just Soma jobbing Itsuya down hard. And after the episode ended, after the little credits went down, all I wanted during the credit scene, during the sequence, became part of the sequence to see him shot. Usually I've seen like, well, the 8 freshman students, of all the 8 freshman students, and next thing a shot of the Elite 10 and also the Zami. But next time, the Zami and the changing scenery. Something like that. I thought that was playing transition there, bud. And instead we get a scene of all the exact 8, for this time in their cooking gear and cheering on, like with the food explosions behind them. And then we get a shot of Azmi, Nagati, have like the right half of him was like all human, while the other was have like a demonic like a bone wing to me in flames and skull on the other side, and then in the back, and then in shot was the elite, so was the Elite 10. That was the news change for 8 episodes in the entire of the season. They changed it now. In case if we're moving forward after this, we're gonna see what we know what's gonna happen next. And as for the final credits, after the credits were done, we usually a shot of basically Soma grabbing the camera like this, just stopping the camera, getting right in front of the camera, and just lay out this gauntlet. Everyone who saw it from Nikimi, the Aldini brothers, to Shaban Sensei, Old Man Nakati, and some of the Polish dormitory students, and the director of the Shokugeki, and members of the Central, who was part of the Elite 10. Saying about it, you may think of it as lobies or anything like that, but we'll not take that lightly. If you have a problem with that, come at me, and I'll accept the challenge, and I'll give you everything I've got. Same goes for other students who are not along with Central. Doesn't matter. Come at me with everything you've got, and I'll accept the challenge, and I'll deliver everything I got to you. They means member of the Elite 10. And specifically members of Central Elite 10, but the other 3 were not introduced. So from Kunikuni Senpai to Momo Senpai to Saito Senpai to Rindo Senpai to, of course, Itsuya was already there. These don't really count. To Aishi Senpai. To Aishi Senpai. The first seed to Elite 10. Those are more of a shot at him give a close look at his eyes with a look at his face. Is like, I will deliver you my challenge because you're going to go through mate first. Because I'm going to face you at some point later, which we're going to see much later than towards the end of the season 3, of how the opening hinted on a potential match between Soma and Aishi. And as for next episode, is basically Hummel and it says hunting the survivors. So hunting the survivors most likely it's a hint to next week, where most likely we're going to see basically Shokugeki and Sumo War's version of the Purge in terms of clubbing down, not actually know how the Purge does in the movies, but basically the version of the Purge. Like I said, this episode it delivered I felt the episode did feel kind of packed a bit. It felt rushed and it didn't actually solidify. Didn't do too much in a way to solidify Itsuya's claim to be known as the Alchemist. Well, that was the first half. Well, the second half was just Soma jobbing at Tsuya towards the end. He managed to win. The dormitory is saved, even though I did felt there was 2 scenes I kind of missed out on here, where you saw the shot of Izan turning off Soma's oven from telling him you already lost, so what's the point of doing it? To the shocking reveal, or at least at some point in the next episode, the shocking reveal of how Soma managed to beat Itsuya from the eyes of the Polish from the eyes of Polish dormitory residents. But that didn't happen, so I guess we're going to probably see that in a few moments ago, during the next week's episode. And moving forward, we know exactly what's going to happen next week. But it's just hunting the survivors. But I think that should be that could be in the second half of the episode there. I hope that's the case, but we'll have to wait till next week. So until then, leave a like, subscribe to my friend, and I'll have Black Clover episodes 7 and 8. I'll do a double hitter for Black Clover tomorrow. So until then, I'll see you guys then. Laters.